Well, Matt, 2-1 win, great performance, you must be delighted.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. Delighted with the outcome. Same as Tuesday really, delighted with the intent of the group. We looked like we had a threat about us all afternoon. I know the sending off, not a turning point, but that certainly helped us because we've come against one of the best teams in the league who are outstanding in possession and make the pitch, which is already a big pitch, pretty big, spread you out. But we've limited them to half chances before the goal and then seen out the end of the game.
2 brilliant goals, but John's really set the tone, didn't it?
It did. And we've been screaming out for confidence up there, especially for John. He was on the move. But like I say, we always seem to have an out today. We looked like we had legs in the team which could take us up the pitch because they often pinned us back in deep positions, but we were able to transition into good attacking moments. And John was on the move and all of a sudden he's in a bit of form, 2 goals in 2 games, and you could just sense that.
Anthony Evans with another brilliant performance. How crucial is he going to be this season?
He's going to be crucial. We wanted to free him up a little bit today in terms of playing a slightly higher layer, and he was well supported from behind. I thought Sam Finlay was outstanding and Grant Ward as well, so he had a bit more of a licence to join in those attacks and create those attacking moments, and he certainly did that, and coming into the box late really suits his game.
Luke Thomas in a slightly different role today. How impressed were you with him?
He's my biggest plus today because all through the back end of the week when we knew we were struggling at right wing back in that position, everyone was telling me couldn't quite trust him in that position. I spoke to him yesterday morning, kept it simple. It's probably easier when we're playing against wing backs ourselves, so he only had to deal with one player the most of the time. But he was excellent, he really was. He got caught in the first minute of the game, just on an unknown position off his shoulder. But from that point on, not only did he defend responsibly, but he had attacking moments as well.
You mentioned the fans in pre-match press. They were brilliant today again as well, weren't they?
Yeah, but we've got to feed them. We have to. We've been serious about being a big club at this level. We've got to feed them, and you feed them first with your effort and endeavour and your intent to work as hard as you possibly can. And luckily, we got ahead in the game, and they could sense that. And half time was not a comfortable position for ourselves, but we were delighted with where we were. I'm relatively comfortable throughout the second half, bar that last little glitch. Part of me is actually pleased they scored just to test out the back line and answer a few questions, whether it was a corner or long throws coming into the box. You know, like I say, I just really like the way the team was set up.
Well, Matt, you had a clear game plan for that game. Are you pleased with how your players executed it? Because it worked perfectly.
Yeah, it wasn't too dissimilar to Tuesday. We felt that shape gave us extra layers on the pitch, both in and out of possession, which is always key, especially when we're playing against teams who play a similar sort of shape. It makes it a simple game. So I was pleased. We have to respect what Bolton are and respect where they have the ball and limit them to the outside of the pitch as much as we possibly can. Cast my mind back, our keeper's not had too many saves across the course of the afternoon, but they have been down to 10 men and still worked the ball an awful lot. But I did feel that our attacking out was always, a constant threat for them.
And you spoke about it pre-match about how you realised that you weren't going to have as much of the ball with Bolton the way that they play, but you had the first clear-cut chance and you took a really good chance 10 minutes in. It really set the tone for the game, didn't it?
It did. Like I say, our attacking out set the tone. It was almost as if we've got to defend our half resolutely and responsibly, but then we could transition quickly into attacking moments. You need legs in the team to do that, you need some skill, and then you needed bodies on the end of it, and we certainly had that in the first half, and it caused them some problems. We have to, like I say, we've got so much respect for what they are as a football team and what they do to opposition teams. They really move you around, but we felt we limited them to, like I say, almost a horseshoe area of that inside half and the outside of the pitch, and our centre halves didn't really have to defend underneath the crossbar too many times, and the goalkeeper didn't have too many saves to make.
And I know you spoke about the sending off, but how pleased were you with the work rate which led to that? Because Aaron Collins was bursting forward, wasn't he?
That sending off was exactly the same. I think 3 out of our 4 goals on Tuesday were from a transition moment where we won it back from working our socks off. Now he's free one-on-one. No one knows what the outcome would be, but I'd like to think Azza might have finished that one off because it was literally no one else in the eye line or the eye shot, and that's a big player to go off the pitch for them. He really makes them tick and allows them to defend 1v1 at times because he's such an athlete at the back. So big moment, and that made it a bit more not comfortable in any way, but a bit more structure in terms of where we had to defend.
You still had to be so disciplined in that second half because despite the fact they were down to 10 men, they still enjoy a lot of possession, don't they?
Yeah, look, they were excellent with 10 men. Absolutely excellent in terms of the way they move the ball. They're a long way ahead of where we want to get to, but they can be, almost a guidance for us. We have to learn from them how they've recruited, how they've built on that style, how the managers, influenced it, how the club have supported him in relation to that. So, we played this shape for 2 games now, and we scored some goals and had a couple of good wins, but they've had it in themselves for such a long period of time. So we're so much of a young team in terms of what we're going through at the moment, and these are a team who will probably get promoted this season. But luckily today we've come out on top.
And I suppose we could talk about any of your players, but Matt Taylor, man for man, defensively, he was just brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah, it seems to suit him, that middle one. He's quicker than he looks. Once he gets those big legs going, he's got a fantastic stride pattern. As long as he's in the right position, goal side, ball side, he'll learn a lot in terms of where he needs to be, and his legs get him out of the danger. But also then, like I say, we just have to withstand. I think there was 4 corners on the bounce, which we've stood a few long throws as well. There's different ways to defend your goal, and we did it today.
And it was a bit of a grandstand finish, but are you pleased with how your players dealt with that?
Yeah, like I say, I would love the 2-0 because a clean sheet would have been an extra bonus and confidence booster for the back boys. But part of me is a little bit pleased that the fans go up for the last 10-15 minutes of the game, and we're really driving that home team on, and we were able to keep them at arm's length.
Yeah, and I guess it's important, we talk about it so many times, don't we, momentum in football, back-to-back wins. It's great for you guys.
Yeah, now we need back-to-back wins in the league. Tuesday night was a good moment, a confidence booster. We said to the players, can we throw down a marker today to the rest of the league and say we're a serious team? Now we've got to back it up. You can't be a one-off team in terms of one game at a time, and getting a good result and getting everyone a little bit excited. I'm sure we'll go well supported next week against another top team at the level back up in the Northwest. We've got to put in another performance.
Really well done today.
Thank you.
As Sheridan said, Matt, we could talk about any individuals, but in terms of substitutes, Luca Hall at the end there, running down the line and winning that throw-in right by the corner flag, that almost secured the 3 points, didn't it?
Oh, yes, to a certain extent. Like I said, Luke Thomas was excellent in that position. Just good luck to get Luca back on the pitch. Been frustrated in the last few weeks, possibly the month. I've not seen him live as yet, so I've seen him from a couple of years back where there was a lot of hype about him and such a good player coming through. His career is not stalled in any way, but we want to get him back to that, that profile. He showed pace and power. Probably had a little bit of inbuilt anger towards what it was, and he was up against a real speed. So I know Randall Williams really well in relation to that. So another player back fit and another addition to the squad, and that's exactly what we need. Even more so with the bodies we've got missing at the moment.
And how much are you looking forward to now having a full week uninterrupted without the midweek game, Tavin's training?
Well, they get a deserved day off on Monday. I know you asked me in the week about their cancelled Christmas party, so they've got a team social of some sort tonight, fully deserved. Hopefully, like the last couple of performances, that knits them together a little bit more because that team spirit's starting to show and how much they're working for each other. I hope they enjoy each other's company, and then I don't want to see them until Tuesday morning. But then when we come back on Tuesday morning, we're going to work hard. We have to work hard again Tuesday, Thursday and get ourselves ready for Blackpool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.